Okay, y'all, listen. So me and Rich are about to record a video, right? And I was like, you know what, since it's been a minute, I'm supposed to be getting ready. I said, so since it's been a minute, I might as well go ahead and prank him real quick. So I got a prank in mind. And what I'm going to do is be overly affectionate and see how he responds while we recording. And I just want to see if he go along with it or if he gonna be like, baby, you cool, you understand or whatever. But I'm be overly affectionate. I'm so glad to record. We haven't recorded in a while. Life is busy, life be life, and so I hope everybody's been doing well. But we about to record and we can see how he play this out. Overly affectionate Reva. Here she comes. It's us.
What y'all doing?
Just kidding, y'all. How y'all doing? No, but for real though, how y'all doing?
It's been a minute.
It's always been a minute for us. We don't care. We're gonna keep doing videos. I don't care if we gotta go week by week until we can do it 3-4 times a day.
Yeah, we've been busy.
Yes, it's okay.
Well, what we been busy with, babe?
Walking the fish, climbing the attic.
Watering the floor.
Yeah, that was extensive.
Man, remember when it dried up?
Yeah.
We lost all our cheese. So let me start this off by talking about what leads to divorce. Like, what gets you to that point? It can be. Oh, okay. That doesn't lead to divorce, but it could be indifferences. It can be different religious views, cheating, abuse of any kind. It can be a lot of things, and that definitely. Sorry, y'all. But let me collect my thoughts.
Wait, focus.
I'm focused, but no, seriously, it just about anything can lead to divorce, and
It don't always have to be infidelity either. I hate when people say that. Right?
yeah,
It could be other things.
I mean, cheating is one of the biggest reasons, but it's like number two. I say that the number one reason people divorce nowadays is usually because of finances. That is the biggest killer in divorces.
Yeah.
The biggest one. We missed y'all. But for me, the
I
one
love you so much.
I love you too, baby. Baby, we're in productions. We're in productions.
Oh.
No, you good though. For me, what led to my divorce?
This is so chocolate. Oh. I mean, let's his divorce, yeah.
What led to my divorce was
You had a divorce?
I had a divorce.
Do you still remember it since you've been with me?
No. I don't care much about it.
What divorce?
Right.
No, just joking. Go ahead.
So what led to my divorce was to be honest, it really wasn't meant it wasn't meant to be. Like, I didn't need to be married in the first place. I really could have went without it. Baby, that's tickling my leg. What is going on here?
What, baby? What's the problem?
You tickling my leg, and I'm trying not to laugh. You gotta. This is all going in the video too.
I know it's not.
Huh?
No, baby.
You want me to edit all that out?
I would.
What do you? This is for YouTube.com.
Sorry. You look so delicious.
Thank you. But no,
That was a prank.
what was the video for the prank?
Everything I just did was the prank.
So none of that was for real?
Mm-hmm. It was I mean, it was for real. I was like, for real kissing you. You didn't see me?
I know that.
But it was like being overly affectionate.
I didn't mind it. what leads to divorce? It's a number of things, from finances to infidelity to indifferences to it can really just be. The list goes from major to minor, if anything, and
Sometimes you even realize that you guys are better off as friends. I've heard stuff like that. You guys just like don't see eye to eye, like there is no peace. Because one thing about God and marriage, if He knows that y'all are not meant to be, He's not going to allow peace to reside in that home. It is going to be uncomfortable until you guys make the decision to walk away. Because some things are just not meant to be.
I mean, that's because He knows that relationship is built on sand.
Yeah.
And we all know what happens when the rain comes and the storms come. Your house ain't going to stand. You got to build it on a solid rock foundation.
Right.
So that's why He is not going to allow that peace, I mean, sometimes divorce is needed. It's never really a thing. I don't even think God would want someone to get divorced, but I think at the end of the day, He understands. Some people just ain't meant to be, and we get caught up in our feelings, and I love so-and-so, I love so-and-so, but sometimes you got to love you first at the end of the day, and sometimes divorce can bring you a lot of peace that you didn't have in the first place.
And I don't care if y'all ended off good or if y'all ended off bad or the transition was negative or positive. Divorce sucks. It's horrible. It's literally horrible. So,
especially now.
yeah.
Because you just left a person that you quote unquote, this is my forever. And you're throwing yourself back out into this ratchet, terrible dating era. It is not good out here.
So what I will say is when you go to, this is right after the divorce, you guys, right? Before you even want to talk to anybody, discuss anything with anybody, I'm talking about another candidate, right? Take some time for you. I don't care if y'all moved on gracefully or not. Just take some time for you. And at that point, that's when you start taking accountability for what role you played in the divorce. Even if somebody cheated on you, beat you, it could be the worst of the worst. You still played a part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it has to be two people. You know what I'm saying? A marriage is two people.
Takes two to tango.
One person can't do a certain thing or allow a whole situation to happen. It has to be two people doing it. So you take that time to really take accountability, and that is so ugly. That's a real ugly phase to be in. I mean, I know Rich know what I'm talking about too, right?
Woo! That is the darkest place you might be in your life. Coming fresh out of a marriage or separation, whichever one. That moment of alone, that is I don't know if anybody's ever read their Bible. It's like Jacob in the desert. After you done everything you could do, you just alone, and you alone with your thoughts, your heart, your mind, and all the mistakes. And now you have to face the music. Face it. It is going to be the biggest help. If I had never faced the music, I don't think I could be with Riva successfully today. I had to sit there and look at myself in the mirror and be like, yeah, you did that.
And I too had to learn a lot of stuff from, you know what I'm saying, my divorce. Like I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about people, behaviors. Like it really was a learning curve for me. And had I not done it, I don't feel like, I would be able to withstand this relationship either. For sure.
Divorce can't change you for the better. You have to let it, though.
Yeah.
You cannot. Some people crash out. Some people get divorced, and then they think, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. Well, that do whatever you want can get you in more trouble than you just came from. So sometimes it's best to slow it on down.
Yeah. And some people jump into relationships, like other relationships real quick. And if I can give any advice on that, I know you want to just let certain things out. And I know, you feel, maybe disconnected finally or free or detached from that being now. But be real smart in terms of moving on. You know that your heart was in it or you wouldn't have married him.
Mm-hmm.
Something was in it. So just give yourself that grace, like period. Like whether you was the one doing the wrong or the right, give yourself that grace.
Find a hobby.
For the next person.
Yeah. Find a hobby. Get into something. You know, it is never good to get over someone by getting under someone else. Don't ever do that, you know?
It's sure to fail. It's sure to fail.
Yes, because you're attaching yourself to someone that you won't find like a deep connection with. You just there for the pleasure. Yeah. You know, not
are you guys a trauma bond?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you felt this hurt before. Now they feel this hurt, so let us heal each other's hurt.
And I can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
That's just as you know, when you become married and everything like that, there's nothing wrong with, you know, helping, you know, be there for your partner, but it's not a good foundation to come off in. Like when y'all start y'all relationship, yeah, y'all don't want to have to heal each other from the jump. So it's like, you know, you really got to be careful with moving on. What are some ways or things that you feel like can lead to the divorce? Like ways that you can act, per se.
Disconnected.
Yeah.
Irresponsible.
Mm-hmm. Carelessness.
Destructive.
Yes. Mismanagement of money.
Hiding.
Yeah. Dishonesty.
That's a big one. You know, to the fellas, not speaking of me, but if you have some desires, talk to your partner. Don't go experience those desires. That's not going to get you what you want. It's going to get you in a lot of trouble. Just talk to your partner. They may understand more than you know. And
not even just with the fellas, ladies too. Because women, we have our desires too. We have our needs. We have our things that we're interested in too. Here's the thing: no matter how crazy off the wall you think you're, there's somebody to match that. So you don't have to be or act or pretend. You can just literally live your life as you. So,
right.
Yeah.
Nobody, this is a judge-free zone, you know?
It should be. And if it's not, then you know you're never the right person.
Right. If you like what you like, someone gonna like it, you know? Mm-hmm. But, so let's get into it, y'all.
Let's get into it.
So first and foremost, divorce, no matter how smooth or what's the word I'm thinking of? Non-contested,
right?
or contested, divorce. It's never a smooth process.
It sucks, to say the least.
It sucks because the image of the person that you married is different of the image of the person you're divorcing. You know, what you saw on day one is not what you're gonna see on day 559.
Absolutely.
So prepare. If you are a person going through divorce, which in turn is a breakup, prepare for the worst.
And if you guys have children, prepare for changes, prepare to compromise. It's so many things that we have to really take heed to. And I don't think a lot of us take heed to, but being that me and Rich have actually had to
sign those papers.
Right. We're gonna take out a little bit of that down our lane without giving too much, obviously, you know, for privacy and everything.
We're not here to bash the people that we were married to.
Absolutely.
You know, we do have our personal reserved feelings, but that's for us. Yeah. You know, we gotta deal with those, but yeah. We don't need y'all blasting us on Twitter.com.
Talking they said, didn't know, we ain't said, well, we did, but you know, because we got freedom of speech. But you know, it's the intent
is to teach. Not to reach.
Because people gonna get reached regardless, and we ain't got to do the reaching. Amen.
Right. Amen. But baby, before we get into anything else, how could people avoid divorce?
First of all, understanding and overstanding that the marriage and the work that comes with being married happens after the wedding, after the honeymoon. That's when the real work comes. I think a lot of people fantasize about what marriage is through the wedding and all that stuff like that. You need to overstand at that altar, that when we leave this altar and when our family and friends are wherever they are, this is when life is about to get real for us.
About to get real.
It's about to get real. The tests and everything, they're about to happen now. And so once we understand that, then we need to make sure we're really properly getting to know our partner. Now, even though we can know them from front to back, people change all the time. I understand that. However, you want to know as much as you can about your person.
That's
flat
all it
out.
is.
Flat out. Because once y'all start living together and being married and stuff like that, you start seeing a different side. So at least if you know the most that you can know, when these different sides start coming out, it won't be such a shock, because guess what? You've been paying attention.
Right.
So yeah.
Just use that time to adjust. We're not saying before things happen, oh, if this happens, that means we're not meant to. No. Use that time to adjust. Like if y'all freshly moving in together, y'all are going to find some things y'all don't like. Hey, I don't like the way you did that. Okay, then I'll stop doing that. Yeah. Just these things actually will help you lower your chances of divorce.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to increase your chances of divorce. Most marriages don't make it past 5 years.
I know. And
they
it's
do
so
not.
Sad.
They will get, some people will make it to the 5th year, they out the door.
That was me.
Trust me, I have a cousin. He's married, been 6 or 7 years. He said his 5th year was the hardest year of his marriage.
That's the fight.
That's the fight right there.
That's the fight.
If you can get past that 5th year, you might be on to something.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it took counseling, it took prayer, and a lot of compromise.
You gotta compromise.
You got to meet in the middle. Mm-hmm. That's the person you lay with at night. So,
and the one that you really want to be with on some forever type of stuff is gonna be the one you're gonna be willing to fight for. You're gonna be, and you ain't gotta fight over this person or whatever, but y'all should be in a battle together, because life is a battle. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Y'all don't have to battle each other. Y'all should be fighting the battle together, like y'all on the same team.
Right. Life's a dragon, and me and Riva, we fighting. We fight together. Some days Riva can't do the fighting, so I got to do all the fighting for her. Some days it's like that with me. We partners. Yeah. This is teamwork. It make the dream work. We got 3 kids to raise, and they are all 3 different kids. So we got to adjust to those 3 different kids. So you just got to find what makes it work. And if you make it work, your chances of divorce, practically 0. So
let's hit back. I hope y'all following us. So we're going to hit back into divorce, okay? So now we're at the spot where we gotten divorced, or, whoever y'all, if you're divorced right now, we're sorry that had to happen. And we hope that it's beneficial for your growth. But let's talk about that dark place. That dark place right after the divorce. Like, you're by yourself finally, because you got your friends, hopefully, or family and everything that's helping you move if you have to move.
I'm gonna tell you.
Let's talk about that dark place.
I'm gonna tell you right now. That is when that dark place. That's where your friends and your family can't come. Yeah. They
wouldn't recognize you.
They will not recognize who you are, because you are the finished result of destruction. You have given yourself to a lot of bad stuff, and this is what they see. So that dark place is a very depressing place. It will eat you up. It will have you not eating some days. It will have you eating a lot some days. I ate a lot when I got divorced. I got caught up in a lot of things. That dark place can lead you down 2 different paths. It can either lead you down a path of rebuilding or more self-destruction. For me personally, I went down a more self-destructive path. Got caught up in some addictions and everything. We ain't gonna get into that, but yeah, I chose a bad path, and you don't do that.
That's the beauty of it. You don't have to. That's why I hope that, like, if y'all don't take a lot of stuff from our videos and everything like that, hopefully y'all watch it long enough to, like, get the jewels that's being dropped. Be prepared So when those things happen, it's not gonna be perfect. I don't mean that this is gonna be the handbook to life, but they are things that if you take heed to them, they can really help. Like, so you're divorced and everything. You want to have your friends. You know what I'm saying? You may regret being nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever regretted just being nice?
A lot. Sometimes being nice for the sake of peace. No. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
And you may think that you're doing it for the right reasons, right?
Right.
You may have great intentions.
Cause just know the way to hell is paved with good intentions. It's paved.
Yeah.
So just know, regret being nice. Yeah, don't be too nice. You know, fight. You know, I didn't fight a lot in my divorce. I just wanted to be over with. And in my hastiness, I ended up getting screwed a lot more. I think if I had fought more, I probably wouldn't have been screwed so much.
Yeah.
It probably could have been a lot more balanced. But because I just took it for what it was, I ended up really hurting myself in the end. Which it's not forever, but it's just
Think that you could have avoided.
Yeah, I could have avoided it. But I learned my lesson. So don't be too nice, you know? Don't think that the other person is your friend unless y'all really cool like that. But I wouldn't even want to be that close and cool. Like, this is a person I'm divorcing. Like, come on now.
At least at the time of the divorce.
Yeah, protect yourself.
I mean? Just be careful. You know, I know some relationships are different, so you guys may be a little bit more closer, but just be careful. Just, you know what I'm saying, pay attention to surroundings and stuff like that and what's going on around you. What if they start acting different?
They're gonna act different. There's no doubt about it. They're gonna act different.
For sure.
And the one main reason that they're gonna act different is because you're going to find someone else. Eventually, after you done healed and after you done got yourself together, lost some weight, glowed up, you know, you back to you.
Right.
You find someone or someone finds you, and next thing you know, that other person that you just left, who's that? Who's this? Now they're receiving all those good benefits that person used to get.
Yeah.
And then don't let there be kids involved. That's where it gets real bad.
Right.
You know, that other person can scream. I can't say that. I can't say that. I'm sorry, man.
We gotta find the bleep.
I'll find the bleep. I'm sorry.
So yeah, or you know, because you guys maybe not be seeing eye to eye, it might be some tension. So now you guys don't talk to each other the same. It's a lot more verbal disrespect, sometimes even physical. You know, so those are things that you really need to take heed to try to avoid before it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but just know that tension is actually showing you who that person really is.
Yeah.
All that being nice and being cool is not who they really are. But when everybody you'll know who someone is when the pressure's on. You know it. But after everything's said and done, you just might need to fake it. It's the best thing to do sometimes. Pick your battles. Not every battle's worth fighting.
And that don't mean you let somebody manipulate you or take advantage of you or anything like that. If you feel taken advantage of, speak on it. But overall, like, everything don't need to be said. Your inner thoughts don't need to be expressed. Not all of them. And we gotta stop taking stuff so personal when a divorce happens, because it ain't about us no more at this point, especially when you got kids. So yeah. Moving on to kids.
I will say this. Kids are the most affected.
Yeah, we could talk all night about why. Grown people can handle it and we can move on. We'll get another partner and it will go, you know, it's some people that get married 3, 4, 5 times.
Yep.
Okay, and what?
My dad was married. My mom and dad divorced twice.
Yeah.
I've seen it and it didn't go so well for us. Like,
yeah, so it just happens like that. You know what I mean? Like, everything just has its own little wave pattern. But them kids gonna be affected no matter what.
Yeah. because now they have to get used to mom or dad not being there all the time. They have to process it, and they don't know how.
Yeah.
They're young. They don't know what they're doing. So they have to grow up like that, And some kids, they just get acclimated to it pretty well, but it's hard for them. So when you got kids, really consider them, try to do the best you can to work with the other parent.
Yeah.
It's going to be hell on wheels, but eventually at some point something got to give. One parent either got to be like, hey, we got to work together.
Yeah.
Fighting or whatever we doing, this is not working.
Yeah.
So just work together. You got to raise these kids regardless of a divorce. Who cares what the court says? At the end of the day, you still got to take care of them kids.
And if you choose not to, for whatever reason, you might have a situation or feeling towards the other parent or whatever, that other parent is not affected near as bad as that child is. So while a person is out there feeling like they're hurting the mother or hurting the father, oh, you want to keep the father away from the kids, baby, that boy or that little girl need his daddy. Mm-hmm. Regardless of what you feel. You know what I mean? So you really got to be careful. Obviously for safety and stuff like that, I understand doing what you got to do. But it's a lot of situations out here where it's some good fathers out here.
Yeah.
And they be getting played with. And I don't be liking that for them. You know what I'm saying? And then you got mothers out here that really just be wanting the man to just take care of their kid. Some women even will require or accept the bare minimum just to keep drama down. And they still can't get that. So these are the things that you need to think about and consider when you think about, the potential of a divorce,
Mm-hmm. Be prepared. A person's going to change in that divorce.
For sure.
You could have a husband or a wife who was a bomb parent during the marriage.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you sign them papers and the judge says y'all divorced, what's a kid?
Right.
They out the door.
And then, they always have those backup people, them family members, because those people seen them when they were together, and they like, nah, such and such was a good mother,
mm-hmm.
and such and such, because hey, we do be having deadbeat moms too. Such and such was a good mother, such and such was a good father. Like was, you know what I mean? Because they literally change.
Past tense.
Yeah.
We talking about the present.
Yeah. So we really encourage y'all to really keep them kids first. Keep them the priority. Keep them the main focus. Try to decrease distractions. And if you guys cannot communicate, because communication is so much key, but if you guys cannot healthily, say it, baby. Healthily. If you guys can't communicate properly, okay. If y'all can't communicate properly. Okay. If you guys can't communicate effectively, then try like texting apps and stuff like that, are limited to just text messages, only talk on the phone, need to talk basis, just so y'all won't, have a reason to have so much tension. You know what I mean? Like those are just tips that y'all can use going forward. But yeah.
And I think the last thing we need to discuss is the road to recovery from divorce. Some people's divorces can leave you in complete, utter shambles.
Yeah.
How do you bounce back?
Some people can bounce back with no problem, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how effective that is. I don't, you know what I mean?
Not at all. I don't think so.
Everybody don't have to have a horrible, whatever, but you should have a learning curve, no matter what.
I say this, the number one thing that will get you through is the Lord himself. That is the biggest help you'll get, because only he can save a person. What can I do? What can they do? What can anybody do? Only he can do. So pray, get in your word, fast, eat right, do all those things, and trust and believe you're going to look up and the person you was. And like the person you was at the start of your divorce, you won't be the same person you will be years after it.
Yeah.
Because some people can get stuck in that mindset where they still married. There's too many stories out here of husbands or wives who had that if I can't have you, nobody else can have you mindset. And we all know how that plays out. So divorce is it's an ugly path, but
make it as beautiful as you can. Really.
Right.
Do what you can to make it as best as you can. It's gonna be tough. So if you try to focus on the steps to avoid it, you can avoid all that extra stuff. Go in there, two people that's ready to be yoked together on a spiritual level.
Mm-hmm.
Go into that like that. Pay attention to your partner, learn your partner, love your partner, so you can try to avoid it, because that's the ultimate goal, y'all. To avoid the divorce, because it's so ugly and it's so nasty, and the way the kids are affected is terrible. So think about that. We love y'all. We're glad to be back. We're gonna make another video soon. We won't be that long, right?
It won't be that long.
It won't be that long. So
we're gonna get in here and watch some TV and cuddle because
back to work tomorrow.
Right. We haven't had some.
All right. It's us.
What y'all doing?